Hi Baes, it's your girl Chayla, creator of Baeology, a real life study of love and relationships, coming at you once again with another installment of the self-series Before Anyone Else. So, I don't know if you guys have been following, but if you have, I did miss a week, which was last week. And I posted on my Instagram and my Facebook that I just felt that I needed a little bit more time with the cutting ties video, because I was hit with another perspective that same week, and I was really challenged to think differently about cutting ties and just the motivation behind why people do what they do. So I needed to really sit and just let that marinate in my spirit, and so I'm here and ready to do the video. Yay! Okay, so of course, like I said, the video is about cutting ties, right? And for me, you know, some people are in your life for a season. Some people you're fortunate to have for a lifetime. Different people have different purposes in your life. And what I realized is that I don't all the time get to dictate how long someone stays. And so I am personally starting to make my peace with that. And in doing that, it's just that I realized that I don't necessarily control time. And I don't necessarily control the time that I have with particular people. And that the comings and goings of people are just by design and supposed to happen. So if you're watching this video and this is the very first video that you're watching, first of all, I just want to thank you for supporting. But I also would like to encourage you to start over, because, start over at the top with the Baeology relaunch playlist, because it lays down the basis, and I kind of take you through a journey of self-awareness. And so if you followed me all this time up until now, then you should be able to discern whether or not someone's relationship is a relationship with someone is no longer serving you, or if you've been challenged to move out of your comfort zone by someone. A lot of times that does not feel good. And so hopefully by this time, or maybe it's a new focus of yours, I would like you to just pay attention to those things and pay attention to those details, because they're very, very important in playing a role in your discernment. So for me, what I do every year, once a year, is that I sit down and I take a inventory of my life, the things that I've accomplished, the things that I want to accomplish, and the people that are around me. And I always ask myself, outside of the accomplishments and things that I want to do, when it comes to my relationships with people, I always ask myself, first, am I contributing to them? Am I contributing anything to them as a person, their growth, their whatever? Just, am I contributing positively to the people in my circle? So, of course, if the answer is no, then I'm going to ask, like, why? You know? And so I feel like if I'm not a positive contributor in your life, then maybe this relationship isn't as fruitful for you as it is for me, and vice versa. So I also ask, okay, are these people contributing to my life? And I go down the line, and in what ways? And so if it's just a no, or if it's one-sided, then that's usually my cue to just move on. And so in doing so, what I've learned is that I don't really owe anyone an explanation, and neither do you. So if you feel that you need to cut off, relationships or certain relationships in your life, then that's 100% your prerogative. And like I said, you don't owe anyone an explanation for that. This is your life. So that's that. And then that brings me to the second piece of this video. So before I actually saw the post by House of Hoodoo, who posted about cutting people off that are prompting you to leave your comfort zone, that was just going to be the gist of the video. That was it. That was going to be it, right? So it was almost like divine intervention that I ran across this post, and it kind of just jumped at me like, whoa, okay, Chayla, there's something else, some other things that you need to consider before you speak on this. And it's absolutely true. I think a lot of times we are so dead set on being comfortable that there are people that come along that prompt us to do something different, to do something that we're afraid to do, or to do things that we never thought we could possibly do, or to do things that we just may not be comfortable with, but overall it's like for our benefit, right? And so I know I'm not the only person that's been like in this situation before, where you've just been pushed out of your comfort zone in love by someone who loves you and cares about you. So it's not necessarily an aggressive pushing out of your comfort zone, but it's just a little prompt, like a gentle prompt, like, hey, why don't you do something different? And I posted this on Instagram that some people are so hell-bent on maintaining their position that they'll throw anybody out who goes against them, even if it is the truth, right? And so a lot of times in speaking the truth, and in speaking the truth to the people that we love, sometimes it's a tough conversation that we just don't want to have. So some people, decide like they're not going to say anything at all, and then they indirectly become enablers, right? And then you have people that do speak the truth, but their delivery absolutely sucks. And that's just a personal thing that some people need to work on. And I just think that the whole like not speaking the truth in love, or not speaking the truth in the way that is well received by the receiver, that's like to me that's like a hurt people type thing, right? And so I could understand how people would be in a position to push out anything that is unorthodox or is out of their comfort zone due to maybe having a previous experience with someone who told them the truth about something, but in a very reckless way. And so what I'm saying is that in this video, I would also like for you to take inventory of your life. Like, who's in your circle? Who surrounds you? Are you guys equally contributing to each other's growth and evolution and advancement? Are people celebrating your wins just as much as you celebrate your wins, and vice versa? Are you celebrating wins like they're your own when your friends win or when your family wins? So it's a lot of things to think about. I also would like you to think about if there was any time that somebody told you the truth about something and maybe you weren't ready to hear it. And maybe they did tell you in love what was on their mind, or maybe they gave you some tough love and maybe it was a little firmer than you would have liked. But all in all, if you've ever had a conversation with anyone and it pissed you off first, and then when you thought about it, it was like, damn, they were right. And if you've never called them and contacted them, I'm giving you permission to do that. You don't need my permission, but hey, whatever works. So yeah, there's no need to lose contact with people who are meant to grow you and push you. No, it's not always going to be comfortable. It's not going to always feel good. And friendships and relationships with people aren't always going to be lollipops and rainbows. Like, nobody's perfect. So Everybody has something that's bound to get on your nerves at some point. And that's just the nature of being a human being, right? So, wow, this is like a 10-minute video. Anyways, that's basically what I wanted to go over. If you need any clarity on that at all, feel free to email me at baeologyinfo@gmail.com. You can also go ahead and like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Chayla Scott. All of the info will be included down below. But I just want people to think about all the ways that they've maybe avoided that growth and evolution for fear of being pushed outside of their comfort zone. By all means, if like something doesn't serve you, then it doesn't serve you. But at the same time, if it is serving you, but it's serving you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, and uncomfortable, what I mean by uncomfortable when I say that word is that it's very new and it's very different. And it's probably something you've never done before. Maybe you thought about it, but we're just too afraid to execute. And so I find that in human nature, there's a lot of things that we want, but in order to get on the other side of actually acquiring what we want, sometimes there's fear. There's a lot of fear of like the unknown, right? Like, what do I have to do in order to get this? Or what's going to be expected of me when I do receive this? How's my life going to change once I do get what it is that I want? And so like from that, you know, you have people that are self-sabotagers that will sabotage, they'll sabotage that experience of acquiring the things that they want because they feel like they're not good enough to receive them. And so in doing that, that includes like, you know, booting people out as well. You know, booting people out that you know mean you well, that love you, that are just trying to tell you the truth, who live in their truth and speak their truth. Those people I want you to particularly take a look at. And if you've had any of those people in your life and, you know, you fail to recognize them, then I hope that this video prompts you to do so, to recognize them as people who just really had your best interest at heart. So yeah, that's it. Take these nuggets, let them sit in your spirit, and be kind to one another. Till next time, Baes. Bye.